Hello, welcome to Exchange Student in Fiberland. My name is Mary and I will be your host. Today is July 15th and this is episode 15. Please join me on my adventure in exploring the world of fiber through knitting and crocheting now and spinning and I guess sewing too a little bit, which that's not really fiber. Well, fabric is made of fiber, so I guess that works. But I don't have any sewing today because I still haven't got my sewing machine back from the hospital. Hopefully next week. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Today, lessons I'm learning, or WIPs, works in progress. The first one I want to show you is what I call my watermelon surprise shawl, which is the Iris Mystery Shawl, because the colors remind me of watermelons. But it's not, if you knit it up, it wouldn't make watermelons, so, which would be cool, because if you saw that, oh, there's hair on here, sorry. Oh, back to the Iris Mystery Shawl, sorry. This is made on size 6, or 4 millimeter needles. It's made with the best foot forward in the, I said fruit salad. Oh, there it is, sorry. I'm not with it today. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. My hair is wet and my kids are sleeping on the couch and I'm trying to get this done before they wake up. Their bedroom is upstairs in the attic and it's a really big room and the little window air conditioner cannot keep it cool enough for them to sleep up there, so they're sleeping on the couch. So I'm trying to do this quiet but loud and hurried but slow. So here we go. Anyway, best foot forward, fruit salad colorway. This is, I'm partway through clue 2, which is kind of funny because when I got clue 1, I finished it that night except for one purl row, and now the mystery clue number 3 actually came out today and I'm still not ready for it, but I will be. I just thought I would take out time for my knitting to talk to you all, so I hope you enjoy it, hope you appreciate it. Anyway, it's beautiful and I'm really loving the pattern. You do the slip stitch, purl, you pull it in front as if you're going to purl and then slip it and then you knit one and you do that over and over again. My biggest problem is I keep thinking that I should purl instead of just slip as if to purl, so then I have to go back and fix it. And there's been one row, it was actually at the end of the last clue, I counted and I was 1 over, so I did a increase, or a, no, that wouldn't make sense. I did a decrease to make up for it, and then I finished that row and started at the next row and I counted. I was 1 over, or I was 1 under. So then I just did a yarn over because it was when I was supposed to be doing one of the slips, and I think it looks okay, but excuse me, it didn't make sense to me. But I just went with it because it's my shawl. I stopped for a while. I think that's why it took me, I'm not finished yet. It's because I saw the word short row and I was like, oh, short rows don't like me very much. I mean, I love them. I don't know why they don't love me, but I always concentrate. As far as socks go, I start working on the short row and I concentrate really hard and I think I'm doing it right. It gives me a headache, but I go through it and still, for some reason, short rows don't like me, even though I concentrate very hard on them. So when I saw the word short row for the mystery shawl, I gave myself a little break, a courage break I called it, but it turns out they're not that hard at all. As far as I'm doing it right, maybe I'm doing it wrong. I guess we'll find out. But they're fun. The shawl is fun, and I'm excited because Wendy and Sheila on the Knit One Heart 2 podcast said that the third clue you get choices. So I'm very excited about that, because it also means we get to knit this shawl over and over again and it'll turn out different. Woo! So that's my Iris mystery shawl. I'm sorry if you didn't want to see it, but I'm behind, so hopefully you're ahead of me. But there's that. And the next one is my Blue Gush Socks by Yarnissima. And that is in the Sandy's palette, handspun, size 3/3.25 millimeters. I haven't gotten very much further on these, but you can see the pattern starting to pop out. Okay, I think you can see. I can't get the angle right. There we go. There's lots of twisted stitches, which I think are really fun. It makes the pattern cool. And I'm a little bit worried because when I did my swatch, I was worried that the socks would be a little bit tight. And now that I'm working on them, I'm worried that the socks are going to be too big and I'm going to have to give them to somebody else. I don't care that they're too big. I care about giving them to somebody else. But luckily I have a friend. My feet are size 8.5 or 9, and I have a friend that has size 10.5. So whenever I make mistakes, she gets those ones. And I have a sister whose feet are a little bit smaller than me, so if I make any smaller mistakes, then I guess they can go to her. But really, I just want to keep them for myself. I did... what was I going to say? Oh, I am a little concerned because here's the back of the sock, and they've started doing a little bit of pattern right here, and I won't think that that would be very nice to walk on, and so it's not concern, it's just I'm noticing, and I wonder what that's all about. My feet aren't very sensitive, so it probably won't matter even if that's what is happening, and I'm just going to trust the pattern that it's right, and we'll see what happens from there. The other things, yeah, I'm doing them 2 at a time. Actually, I stopped. Oh, that's no good. I stopped halfway when I've done one and not the other. I've been running into the problem that at the end of this first sock, they ask you to do a cable, a 2-stitch cable, where one is on the back and one is on the front. And ordinarily, if you're doing magic loop, that's not really a problem. You just slide it around and do it on the front. But if you're doing 2 at a time, that does become a little problem, because you can't you do the first sock, you do the back of the first sock, and then you do the back of the second sock, and then you do the front of the second sock, and then you do the front of the first sock. And so if you have to do a cable on the back of the first sock, you can't get to the second one. So what I've been doing, this is not at a spot where I could show you exactly, but let's pretend that this is the end of the first sock, the back of the first sock, and I'm supposed to cable it. I'll slip it off the needle and take one of the interlocking. I don't have any of those pin kind, you know what I mean? Like, these are big and bulky and make it hard. But anyway, these are the ones I have. This is what I'm working with. Slide it off and slip it right on like that. And then when you come to the front, say I'm done and I'm at the front and I'm ready, I would pull this one from the back up to the front. It changes the stitch count on the back, but that doesn't matter. And then I would knit that with the front row, and that takes care of the problem. So it kind of threw me off for a little bit. Honestly, when something like that happens, I think it's my fault. I always, did you hear that? My dog just gagged. I'm sorry. Gross. Whenever something like that happens and it doesn't flow, I always think it's my fault, so I go and research. Nobody said anything about that happening. So I don't know if it was a problem, or maybe they just didn't consider it a problem, but it kind of threw me off. I don't think that I did anything wrong, and I guess I'll never know because the sock is turning out so far so good. So that is my Gush, my blue Gush by Yarnissima. Next work in progress is my Mario blanket, the one I've been crocheting granny squares. I don't have anything more to show you. I've made like 3 more squares, but what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to lay out that row. Bug's mom from Ravelry, she told me that it's okay, I can just do row by row if I want to, even though everything I've read so far says that I need the whole blanket done. I thought it would be more of a motivator if I could do it row by row, and she said it would be fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay out a row this week, and I have to watch a video or do some research to figure out how to connect the granny squares, but that's no problem. I'll figure that out, and next week hopefully I will have a row for you to look at. That is Mario Blanket is by Russ McAllister. I'm doing it in Red Heart Super Saver. I'm crocheting it on a size size I /5 millimeter hook. Next up is my Roro socks. No, they're not done. Are you getting tired of seeing these? I'm not. I love them. Maybe give you an idea how long they are. Here's the foot. Here's the foot in half. And then fold it over one more time. It's about another foot. So they're getting really long and they still fit. I've been increasing for my big old calf. I would say probably 2 more inches, 3 more inches, and I'll be done. I just keep working on it a little bit every day, mainly because if I use it as my, project that I work on, focus on, I don't see enough, difference, but maybe now that I'm close to the end I would, but you can't see, because the pattern just repeats over and over again, and I don't see that much difference, and that's one of the reasons I love to knit is seeing the product come out, and so working on it little by little. I mean I usually knit on it every day, but it's usually only 2 or 3 rows. I just don't see as much difference as if I pick up a different project and work on that. But anyway, these are done on size 1, 2.25 millimeter. They're in the Walkaway sock yarn, the Footsie colorway, or Yarn Bee Footsie colorway. It's a Hobby Lobby brand, and they're turning out really well. Next I've got, I wanted to talk about my strategy for the 52 pair plunge. You'll see that I have 2 pairs on the needle, and that's because 1 pair just came off. But my plan is to have 2 or 3 or 4 if I can't stop casting on socks. But anyway, 2 or 3 more intricate patterned socks on the needles at all times, and just keep working on them. And then also have a pair of plain vanilla socks, and those ones I can conceivably work through pretty fast. And so the goal is to have a pair done each week, and if I have 2 or 3 on the needles, eventually those will get finished, but then also my plain vanilla sock will be my padding. So that's my plan. We'll see. The problem is I keep wanting to cast on not plain vanilla socks. But I just did a pair of plain vanilla socks, and I had a lot of fun with them watching the stripy pattern come out. So that should be motivation to, do plain vanilla socks. Anyway, next project is the Girlfriend Market Bag by Laura Spradden. It's done in Lily's Sugar and Cream. I don't see, oh, here it is. Size 7 needles, 4.0 millimeter needles, and I really like the pattern. I really like how easy it is. You just do a row of knit everything, and then you do a row of knit 2 together, then a yarn over all around. It's growing. Let me get back here so you can see it. I'm trying to make it big enough for Kira to fit some of her library books in, and it grows like the bottom is right here, but it stretches a lot, so you can make the bottom a lot bigger. So I want to make the sides a lot bigger because Kira has big picture books that she gets, and so it has to be kind of big. But I don't want to get ridiculous because I'm just getting tired of the sugars and cream. It hurts my hands. I don't want it to hurt my hands, but it does. So anyway, that's this. I'm on my second ball. I'm gonna see if I can go closer to the end, but I have to make the strap with it. There's that. It's turning out pretty, and I wish I could just fly through it, because I would like to have one for my own, and I would like to make one for everybody in the family, have their little bag, little library bags, because right now we all put it in my big backpack, and I have to carry it around. Wouldn't it be cute if they could carry it around? Cute, meaning I don't want to do it. The last thing I want to show you, as far as works in progress, is my favorite scarf ever. It's on my Socks That Rock, in my Socks That Rock, size 10, which is US size 10, 6 millimeter, and I keep this in my purse. I never had a purse knitting before because I've always taken it out, but this one I've remained true and I've let it stay in. Here, it's got the little chevron. I don't know, that's the back, sorry. Here you go. It's turning out beautiful. I can't wait to wear it. I should get it done. I don't know, it'll be a long time before it's done, but it'll still be warm out so I can wear it as like a decoration. But you split it into 2 balls, and this is the ball I'm working on, and this is the other ball, to give you a comparison of how close I am to being done. Maybe halfway, I don't know. I don't have very good visual spatial sense, which is sad because I used to be a math teacher, and that's kind of like geometry, but I just don't have it. But anyway, I don't know, is that about half? But once you finish this one, you work on the other one, like you bind this one off so that the chevron shapes are all facing like around, like this one will face, I don't know if you call it down or up, and then the other one will face the same direction, down or up, and you tie them, or you sew them together at the, you know, at the base. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's really pretty. And I like having it because I memorized the pattern and I can do a row in about 2 or 3 minutes. So if I only have a couple of minutes, then I can work on it, and I'm enjoying it. Alright, let's move on to final exam. I have 2 finished objects for you. And I tried to put these on the blockers, but they're dirty. Because we like to wear socks. We don't like to wash socks. But, so I'm sorry, there's hair all over them. We're gross people. And there's my dog. There's my dog gagging in the background. Speaking of gross. Here are my concentric socks. I call them lemonade circles. You can't see them very well. I'm sorry. They turned out really well. I wish I could do this better, but I can't. That's the bottom. And you cast on just the one. You just, like, you don't even cast on, you just do a slip knot. And then from the slip knot, you do the front and back and increase that way. Then you follow the pattern and you don't actually do short rows for the heel, but you do short rows up here at the top after you've done the heel. And rewind to where I talked about short rows and you will remember, or be reminded, that short rows don't like me. So neither one of those short rows turned out correctly. I did them one at a time, which is unusual for me. And they just didn't turn out right, but they fit, so that's all that matters. I'm not afraid of them. I can do it. I can do the short row, and I will do the short row. I just need a break. So when I do concentric circles again, which by the way is by Carissa Browning, I did it in opal cotton on size 2/2.75 millimeter. But when I do socks like that again, I will attack the short rows and I will get them right. But as I figure, you know, they're for me, they fit, and I'm not going to rip them out. So there's that. As far as the bottom, a lot of people were wondering if you could feel the toe, like underneath your toes, if you could feel where that cast on is. I haven't blocked them or washed them yet, so I think that might make a little bit of a difference. But so far, one toe I can feel a little bit, but it doesn't bother me. I haven't worn them with shoes yet. Actually, I have worn them with shoes and they didn't bother me. But when I first put them on, I did feel one toe, or one foot. The other foot, I totally couldn't feel it at all. So I think that after you block them, they should be fine. But I'm not very sensitive as far as that goes. I should make a pair for my husband and see how he feels, because he's really sensitive about stuff touching his toes. So, yeah. Second pair, or second finished object, final exam. Stick with the theme, Mary. Drink some coffee, Mary. I cast these on Sunday night after work, and I finished them yesterday, which was Thursday, so that would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. I made Kira a pair of thigh highs, and I didn't put them on blockers because they looked kind of weird because her size, but there you go. This is made out of Knit Picks Felici, the Boardwalk colorway. I made them with the size 1, which is 2.25 millimeter. I love this sock yarn. It's so soft. Like, I never knit with any Knit Picks before, and I know that it's not cheaper, but it's good quality, but it's not as expensive as some, and so I didn't know that I would like it so much, but it's nice and soft. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, I used Liet's knitfreedom.com, her 2 at a time toe up pattern, which is great because she shows you the pattern, but then she also walks you through each step of the way. So if you have like the cast on and the toe increase and the heel and the bind off and the everything, she has a video for every part of it. So even if you don't have a pattern, you can just watch the video and figure it out. I have the Flegel? That's a weird word. Flegel? Flegel heel. And when I was doing, it's kind of, let's see, they're dirty. I'm so sorry, I'm a dirty girl. You like that, Erin? I'm a dirty girl. Anyway, when I was doing my increases, I think it's this side. You can't see it. I'm not going to show you. You can't see it. But when I make one increase, I don't remember if it's the left or right. It's the first one you get to when you're making it. To curve in that way. I think it's left. You use your needle and you go to, now it's going to be backwards for you, and I'm not going to make you seasick by moving the camera, so work with me here. you take your needle and you lift up this ladder right here, and then you go through the back and you knit. Well, what I was doing, I thought I was doing the same thing, but it turns out I wasn't. I was lifting it up with my right needle instead of my left and putting it on there and then knitting through the back, and it was flipping it around. So it made a little gap, which isn't a big deal. I keep saying it's not a big deal. I guess I'm more of a process knitter because I want the final product, but I don't want to rip it out so it'll be perfect because I want to move on to other projects. So anyway, I was doing my make ones backwards, and towards the top I finally figured out what I was doing wrong, but it doesn't matter because it's just for Kira and she loves them. And I've been doing those make ones forever, you know, forever since like November. You would think I would know what I was doing. I don't know. Like, what? Why did I come up with that? Anyway. The next thing, I have quite a few ladders on this, which I'm disappointed in. Let me see that. Right here. It's from the end of the magic loop when you pull it around and you start your next row. You need to pull it tight, and I know this and I don't know why I messed up. I messed up pretty consistently the whole thing, but when you're, I don't know how to explain this one. Maybe I'll have to do it on another day if you really want me to. But when you're, to get rid of the ladders, when you go to the next row, like you pull the back needle out, get ready to knit in the front, you knit one, and then you knit two, and then you pull it tight. And that should help alleviate the ladders, rather than, you feel like you need to pull the first one tight, but it's really the second one that you need to pull tight. Not that you should listen to me because there's ladders all up and down these socks that I made for Kira. But that's what I've been told, and that's what I should do. So that's what you should do. If you know a better tip to get rid of ladders, then let me know, because obviously I didn't follow this tip very well. That's all. I only have the 2 projects, but the lemonade circles, that was number 1 for my 52 pair plunge, and these rainbow bright stripy socks for Kira is number 2 for my 52 pair plunge. The next thing I want to talk about is my souvenirs for the week. I actually just placed a Knit Picks order, some solid sock yarn, because I said last time I recorded that I don't have any solid sock yarn, and I need solid sock yarn. I can't go through life without it. That would be ridiculous. So I ordered some, and then I plurked that I just placed my first Knit Picks order, so I was excited. And then Heather, WB, she told me, oh, you should look at Webs because they have really good ones too that are nicely priced. So wouldn't you know that I placed a Webs order later that day as well? It's like, it was funny because Josh came home and I was like, he knew about the Knit Picks order, he didn't know about the Webs order. And for Knit Picks, I spent $50 because, you know, you wanted the free shipping. I wanted the free shipping. But in my head, it was only $30. I don't know why, but that's what in my head was. So I spent some at Webs too, which really was only $30. But anyway, when Josh came home, I was like, I might have ordered more sock yarn. And he just looked at me like, what? But it's like I was holding back and I didn't place an order and I didn't place an order. So then it's like, here's my wall. And as soon as I opened that wall, I needed to order more. It just had to happen. But I stopped. I'm not going to order anymore. I don't have any more money. But it won't stop me from looking. Anyway, so you'll see those next week. This week, I have 2 souvenirs, and they're both gifts, and I would like to thank 2 lovely ladies. The first one is Pattern Whisperer, which is a super cool name. Her name is Pattern Whisperer on Ravelry. Her real name is Jerry, and she sent me the French press slippers pattern. Maybe I'll be able to insert a picture here if I can remember how to do it. If not, you can go look it up on Ravelry. I'll put a link to it. But they're feltable slippers that have been in my queue pretty much since I started up on Ravelry, and I'm very excited. I can't wait to cast those on, and I already have some yarn, which is really exciting for me because that's one of the problems. I get patterns and then I don't have yarn to go with it. But I went on a wool buying spree at Michael's because they had them on clearance, so I have quite a few to pick from even. So I'm very excited about that. Thank you very much, Jerry. That made my day. And then the very next day, Palette PC made my day. Bev Love, as you all know, we love her. All the podcasters love her. She's so generous. I've decided I'm going to advertise what my address is because I've given different knitters my address, and every time I do, I get something wonderful in the mail. So if you want my address, just ask me and I'd be happy to give it to you. Palette PC already had my address, so she just surprised me with anyway, she just surprised me with a well, it says magazine, but it's not really a magazine. It's a pattern booklet of socks. She said she had 2 of these, and so she wanted me to have the other one, and I appreciate it a lot. I really like these ones down here, and then there's some color work ones, these ones, that I think I might try now that I've ordered some solid color sock yarn. So this is wonderful. Thank you very much. Let's see if there's anything else I wanted to say. Nope. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next page on my notes. Okay. Next we've got journal entries, or, other stuff I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Tour de Sac. It is a group on Ravelry, Tour de Sac, and I'll put a link to it so you can find it. It's a speed knitting contest for socks. It's kind of based on the Tour de France, but it's not during the Tour de France because that's right now, obviously, because of Tour de Fleece, which, by the way, I don't even know where that is, but I've been keeping up with it, but I'm not in love with spinning yet. Maybe I will be, but I've been keeping up with my goal of 15 minutes every day. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about right now. I need to stay focused. I'm talking about the Tour de Sac, which is speed knitting contest. There are 6 stages, and you get points based on where you place in each stage. So at the beginning of stage 1, they'll give you a pattern. You knit it up as fast as you can, and then wherever you place as far as how fast everybody else knits, you get points based on that. After each stage, only some knitters get to go on to the next stage. But even if you don't get to continue on, you still get all 6 patterns. So at the beginning, if you don't want to race, you just want the 6 patterns, you just tell them, look, I'm not racing, but I want to join in, and you can cheer everybody else on and still be in part of the fun. The registration starts August 1st. The Tour de Sac actually starts on October 1st, and they are raising money for Borders. I said that wrong. Doctors Without Borders. And I didn't pay very close attention to the amount It costs $7.50 to register, and I think $5 goes towards Doctors Without Borders, and then the $2.50 is reserved for, I don't know if it's paying for prizes or if the prizes are donated. I think the prizes are donated. The $2.50 pays for shipping and handling, but anything like however much of the $2.50 is not used, that also goes to Doctors Without Borders. So, as I said, it's $7.50 to register, but dun, 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 if you want to sign up with their sister team or sister, what is it? I don't know what it's called. Contest? Sister contest, maybe? It's $10. So it's you get a discount if you do both. The other one is Sock Sniper. And that is registration also starts August 1st. And Sock Sniper hold on. That starts September 1st, so that's actually the month before. And if you'll remember, I wanted to do Horror Wars. That's how I got my Roro socks, because that was one of the socks in Roro's, or in Horror Wars. I can't talk. But they wouldn't let me, because I wasn't already part of their group, which made me not want to be a part of their group, so I wasn't. And now I've got Sock Sniper, which is the same kind of thing, and I'm very excited about. This one comes with 4 patterns. And it's the same deal. If you don't want to race, but you still want to participate, you can still get all 4 patterns and just come and cheer on the assassins. I think you probably know how Sock Wars or Sock Sniper, Horror Wars, same kind of thing, how they all work. I just love that I'm going to get a pair of hand-knit socks from somebody else. That excites me. Maybe even a pair that a lot of people have worked on. And I did think that it's cute that they have a medic. So if the socks that you get from someone are completely unwearable, then you can call for a sock medic and you send in your unwearable pair, and a sock medic will knit a pair that will fit you. So I thought that was cute. The only problem I foresee is that this is the start of school, September, and hopefully I will be working my tail off as a teacher and I will be too busy to participate, but I'll still participate. I just might not win. But if I'm not teaching yet, you better believe I'm going to be shooting some socks off. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about is the Podcaster Challenge. I am part of the Podcaster Challenge. I haven't mentioned it yet, but I am here. I am going to be participating. I'm not going to go over the details just because so many other podcasters have talked about it, but I will tell you this. I'm planning on bribing you all to join my knit-along. I don't know if that's allowed. I'm doing it because I'm wild and crazy and I do whatever I want because it's my podcast. I don't really have as many people following me as some of the other ones, and so I feel like I'm kind of at a disadvantage because even if I get everybody to knit along with me, I might not win the little knit-along contest, but we'll have fun anyway, and I'm going to give away a prize or 2 or 3. Hey, if I get a job, I can afford to give some prizes. If I don't get a job, I'll give away Kira. She's just really cute. You can have her. I thought she heard me, but she didn't. You really can't have her. You can borrow her, though. Anyway, I'll tell you more about the prizes as it gets closer. But I've never hosted a knit-along, and I want it to be successful, so please join in. Stay tuned for more details about that. I guess that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I am Mary Gale on Ravelry and Plurk. We have a exchange student in Fiberland group on Ravelry. Please come and join us. I'm also, what was I going to say? Also on iTunes, but I'm a little bit of a dummy head when it comes to iTunes because I just tell my husband what I want on iTunes and he puts it on and I don't understand it, even though that sounds like a silly ninny girl thing to do, and I'm not really a silly ninny girl. I don't know, I've never looked into iTunes and I don't use it very often. So anyway, I'm a dummy head about iTunes, and when I was signing up, instead of signing up exchange student in Fiberland, I signed up Mary Gayle, Marigayle. And so if you're looking for me on iTunes, that's where you can find me. I haven't looked into how to change it to exchange student in Fiberland, but I'm afraid if I did that, it would mess up people who've already subscribed. So I'm not gonna mess with it, unless you think I should. What do you think? Should I? I don't know. Just look for me under Mary Gayle under iTunes. And while you're there, you could leave me a star rating or a comment. I would really appreciate it. I don't have very many, but the ones that have left comments have been very sweet. So thank you so much for that. It really means a lot. Also, I have my blog, exchangestudentinfiberland.blogspot.com. So if you want to check out the show notes there, or if you just want to watch the video on there, you can do that. That's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.